number 20, Amber Garrison. Number 50, Ashley Ames. And number 52, Arcilla Jeffers. The Lady Bengals are coached by Mr. Lucas Lebec. Assistant coaches, Dana Lemon and Jim Milton. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Boise. A senior from Albany, New York, number 34, Kyle Pleasure. A junior guard from Plymouth, New Hampshire, number 23, Michelle Thompson. Jumping center, senior from Rutland, Vermont, number 21, Vicky Getty. A senior guard from Island, Vermont, number 25, Erica Raish. And a senior forward from Schenectady, New York, number 11, Irene Tompkins. The head coach of the Fighting Saints is Mr. Jason Casarino. Assistant coach Jeff Casarino. Your manager is Alexander Napadio. Your president, Dr. Frank McClory, and your athletic director is Mr. Brett Benetalis.
So you get set to jump center, you've got the starting lineup. So I'll tell you what, Saints are going to have their hands full today with the Bengals. And the Bengals wouldn't be in the dark green uniforms, obviously. Saints in the home whites. This is a conference game, Sunrise conference games. And the Saints in a position where, after the loss last week, they suffered in conference. They need a win today. They are going to have a lot to prove today. They got to find their defense that they didn't have right there. It's a good example of it. As Jeffers will make the basket, and notice he pressured the back court. And the Saints, a couple key areas that they kind of broke down on last game we had on PEGTV. Rebounding, boxing out, and you can see that the Bengals, a much taller team. It's going to be Irene Tompkins with the basketball. She's 11 away from 1,000 points in her career. And I know, in all honesty, that's probably the furthest thing from her mind on this game. They need to get the conference win. And the shot clock winding down. That last shot, remember, didn't hit the rim. Vicky Getty has her shot blocked, and that's going to be the ball on the floor. Getty will get it, and there's a shot clock violation. Yeah, never going to hit the rim, never get the shot away, and that's going to be Ames with the block, number 50. That's going to be a tough matchup. They tried to bring her away from the basket, and she did get the block, and that'll be number 12 now. Fuchs will bring the ball into play, and we'll have number 20 running the point, and it's going to be Garrison. So Garrison, very good ball handler, really sets the table well. She'll be matched up against Tahara Pleasure. Again, the Saints' defense is going to be the whole key today. If they can control the defensive boards and control the paint, as far as being able to be physical and push people out. And Getty had the ball, and that'll come back and be all twine, a three-pointer for Lacotte. So Lacotte will get it. And they'll make it 5-0 for Kent. All good rivalry here. These teams very familiar with each other, and Thompson will come back to Pleasure. Looking at a zone out there being played right now by the Bengals, and you're watching PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. This is Munger Vision, Jerry Munger and Thompson. Now they're going to need some hot streaks from the outside, and now bounds. Yep, Bengals will grab the ball. They'll be out of bounds. That was Lacotte that her momentum carried her forward, and Thompson will bring the ball, and she'll have it right on the side here. And she'll look to get the ball in play. They're going to have number 12, Fuchs, bring the pressure on the pass. You can see her standing right in front of Thompson. And Getty just came out to be open. She became the release to get the pass away to it. Thompson, that's Tompkins, I'm sorry. And she's going to have an interesting role today because she is still key to it to me. And there, exactly what I was talking about. She, even though it's going to be probably close to a foot shorter, she can create trouble down there and get some fouls called on. Ames.
Number 20, Amber Garrison.
So Garrison actually picked up the foul, and Tompkins at the line. Like I said, 11 away from 1,000 points in her career here at CSJ. She is a senior, and that would be a little bit juice there, a little bit long.
Checking in now for the Lady Bengals.
That'll be Amanda Tracy, number 25, coming in for the Bengals. So Tompkins looking for the first CSJ points, and got it. 5-1. And a lot of it's going to be too, I'm curious, they aren't going to have any pressure in the back court right now, and I didn't know if early in a game we would see CSJ try to change the flow of the game and be aggressive in the back court defensively. I mean, right there, it's just Pleasure following Garrison up with some soft token looks inside. Ames inside, little jump hook, got it. Boy, and again, that's going to be pretty unstoppable if they let her catch the ball below the free throw line like that. That all starts out with not letting the pass generate to get there, and Tompkins will take the bump and Interesting, she tiptoed on the line, and very fortunate she didn't get the call there. Pleasure just takes the shot and got it! 3-pointer for Pleasure. After having an off game last game against SUNY Canton, she'll start off with a 3-point shot. They're 7-4. Fort Kent, the Bengals lead in. Yeah, I got an offensive foul call. I saw a body crash to the floor as Vicky Getty, and it's going to be called on Sheer Fuchs. So Fuchs will be called for her first personal foul. Yeah, and Fort Kent's going to pressure the basketball probably the entire ball game. That's a different variation of a full court zone trap, and Saints able to break it. They'll settle for the outside shot. Raish will get it. 7-6 now, lead down to 1. And they're being very methodical in the attack offensively, and I think that's what they've really got to be right now. And it will be about, you can talk about spacing defensively, but it's going to be about spacing offensively too. And Tompkins went up, knocked the ball away, will come to Getty. To higher Pleasure, and Saints looking for their first lead of the contest. 16:58 to go in the first half, and Pleasure, there's the kickback. Thompson, no, won't get the roll. Ames will be a 1 and out. You see Licata to Garrison, nice ball fake. She'll penetrate, get in the paint, give the ball back, and it'll roll back to Garrison. 21 on the shot clock, plenty of time here on the floor. No travel call. Whoa. She took a trip, she took a tour of the gym right there, and it's going to be Pleasure with the basketball. In 7-6, Fort Kent jumped out to that nice early lead, and that's going to not drop. But 2 shots coming up for higher Pleasure, and nice job of getting penetration below the free throw line. And Garrison will pick up her second foul. So 2 fouls on Garrison, and that's key, that's big. And Joe McCarran, you recognize him, a local guy, one of the officials, one of the best officials in all New England. And it'll go, we're tied at 7. So it's 7 up. So Leah Rivera, number 42, into the ballgame to replace Garrison with those 2 fouls. Again, not a bad crowd, but we got to get more people here to watch the Saints. Last year's defending champions from the Sunrise Conference. And Licata, getting no pressure in the backcourt. Raish is going to come up now, and Raish will match up at the top of that defense. Ribeiro will swing the ball inside to Ames, and she would be my #1 option all the time. They're going to play a little inside-outside game. Ames, see that's what I mean, Getty got inside possession, just bumped her with her rump, pushed her back, and that was enough space to get her the, look, there's Tompkins. Tompkins doubled down low, Getty with a nice grab, she'll turn, and boy, that might have been tipped. Ames went out and was called off from CSJ, but I think that was on the second touch. Yeah, so we'll have Licata bring the basketball up. Again, in the basketball game with her in the backcourt is Sheer Fuchs, and Fuchs will go down, set up now, a wide open in the paint, and she flashed, didn't give her the basketball. I mean, she was so open it had to hurt. And Saints will come out and just trying to identify the defense right now. I'm waiting to see.
Open up!
Yeah, they'll get it down to Ames. There's a step toward the basket. Blocked from behind by Getty. She blocked the basketball from behind. You see a lot of these modern games, modern players do that. They'll look like they'll be beat defensively, and they'll just let the offensive players take a step toward the basket, and they'll come in from behind just like that. 3 on the shot clock. Ball will be out of bounds. 1 on the shot clock. Yeah, they're going to check the shot clock and reset it. Yeah, so 3 seconds on the shot clock. Well, they put 2 on the shot clock. Not a lot of time, in other words, on the shot clock. Licata, and no, tell you what, that rebound will come down, and Tompkins and the Saints doing a nice job of being even on the boards right now, and I don't understand how, but they're doing it. And Raish will go down inside, and Tompkins takes the bump, takes a step, gets the basket. Oh, she plays like a 7-footer. The thing about Tompkins is, A, she's just so smart. I mean, super intelligent young lady to talk to. But she's so coordinated, it's just unbelievable. She's got the steps down, the moves, the ball fakes. 10-7 CSJ with the lead, and we've got a travel called. Yeah, they had brought Ames down on the inside on the loop and couldn't get her the ball, and that was good pressure out on the pass. Well, the timeout taken by the Bengals. Saints up 10-7, 15:03 to go. First half action. In a basketball game for CSJ. Bigger news than that, though, is that Irene Tompkins, on the bench, and she was in some discomfort. It looked like she was rubbing her thigh, like she might have got bumped on it. Oh, another 3-pointer. Thompson with a 3-ball. And they'll go to 13-7. Saints lead now. They have been on quite a run since trailing 7-1. Clements and Greenos at the scores table for CSJ, and this is Fort Kent with the basketball. That's going to swing it up top, and Tracy will take the look, and they'll play toss and catch. And this is one thing the coach in the Fort Kent huddle was talking about. He doesn't want Ames away from the basket up top. He wants her to roll down inside. They'll give it off, and Smith traveled with the basketball. Made the catch and just decided to take a little stroll, and she'll get called for the travel. And
CSJ from Newberry, Vermont, number 5, Linda Clements.
yeah, so Clements and Greeno coming in the basketball game, and Greeno has just been not a really surprise. She's a good athlete, but she's really been way ahead of schedule as far as her contribution to this team, along with Carrie Smith, who's a freshman also. And they have on her roster Megan Giddings from Honor Valley last year, and Ames will turn and get it. Yeah. That time she had nothing but an open look at the basket. Remember, Tompkins is on the bench right now, and Smith in the backcourt will get to Getty, and they're going to throw her at the top to Clements. Clements will break the press. She's in the front court, and and the ball tipped away. She keeps it alive, and she'll push it to her teammate Thompson, and got it! Thompson for another three. Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's going to be a long game for the coach from Fort Kent right there. He's a young guy, Levesque. And during the timeout, his assistant came over and told one official to tell the other two officials to learn what the game was like and learn how to call the game out there. So that's a little arrogant. And he's out there complaining about they're looking for a travel call, which didn't exist because there was no possession. Ames up, Ames, yes, she'll get it around the rim and in. 16-11, Saints with the lead. And this is a huge rivalry between these two schools, and this is a big conference matchup. Oh, Clements, yeah, she had nothing but court to go in, and Coach Casarino wanted her to attack Ames, and they pulled it back out. They have plenty of time. They have 17 on the shot clock. And boy, I tell you, a lot of contact there. Getty will get up, and they're going to call it travel. She got bumped and held, and they go with the travel instead. So no home cooking there on that call, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be taken over by Fuchs, number 12. And again, she'll have Licata in the backcourt, number 10. We've seen no pressure yet from the Saints. We've seen them creep up toward the center court logo, and that's been about it. CSJ basketball on Munger Vision on PEGTV channel 15. The website is www.pegtv.com, and yeah, they rotated late. Yep, they rotated late, and that's what the coach is going to talk about right there. And that'll be Smith picking up the foul, and 2 shots coming up for Ames.
32, Carrie Smith. That's Carrie's first foul.
Now she was supposed to swing over on the baseline, and
Bengals is number 50, Ashley Ames.
And Ames will drain that one and make it 16-12, and Tompkins getting set to check back in. Irene Tompkins, number 11 for CSJ. She'll replace Getty.
Number 11, Irene Tompkins.
And 24th scores table coming for the shooter for Fort Kent will be Tara Waltz. Yeah, so Waltz will come in now, and Ames will take a breather.
Bengals number 24, Tara Waltz.
What do you think right now with Ames out of the ball game that the Saints would make hay and just go down inside and attack? Greeno with the catch. Brings the ball to a dead stop on the dribble, gets it to Clement. She'll go inside off the glass a little hard. Tell you, it was a nice aggressive move. Don't forget she missed the first semester because of a knee injury. Tompkins going to be called for the blocking foul. Yeah, that's a good call. She turned her body sideways, and they're just looking for a jersey number. It's number 11, and there'll be 2 shots coming up. And the first foul on Tompkins, and Fuchs will go to the line.
Shooting 2 for the Bengals is number 12, Shearer.
Yes, and also while we were discussing PEGTV channel 15, can tell you that the program director, Tom Leipold, starts every Saturday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He'll start games of the week. And he just wants you to know that. So you can tune in Saturdays at 4 and catch the games of the week, local sports action, and that will drop in. And all of a sudden it's 16-15. So each team's been able to weather the other team's runs. And I expect this to be within a 10-point game at the end, no matter who wins this. So Smith, and boy, they went with quite the press break there. And Smith will go in, and Carrie Smith will get it. Tell you, again, a freshman, but just has the physical skills of a very experienced player, but it's what's in her head. She plays way above her age level out there. The way she scans the game and analyzes the game. The ball fake. Oh, man, they had released defensively, and I'm not sure why. Coach Casarino rubbing his head, not sure why either, but now Waltz will get the basket. That'll be tipped. There's a steal, and Rivera will put it up and in. Again, it's an unusual combination on the floor for the Saints right now. This particular squad does not play with each other an awful lot, and Thompson will save it. But unfortunately, right back to Licata. And Licata in the open court, and Fort Kent with the lead 19-18. Fuchs with the ball fake, the baseline, and got it. Got timeout by the Saints. They need it there. Little out of sync, not on the same page, and that's a 21-18 lead now for Fort Kent. Again, this pressure with his second group in there for Coach Casarino's had a little problem with this full court pressure. Clement down inside to Tompkins, up, and there's a nice job. Great hands by Tompkins to make the catch, turns, fires, 21-20. Bengals with the ball, and they'll hold it on the outside right now. And again, they have their big player on the bench, Ames, and big is in size, height-wise. Obviously, their team is loaded at the guard position, at the forward position. They'll hold the ball up top, 12 seconds to go, and they'll start the play now. Going to reverse the basketball. Saints definitely in a zone now. And Fuchs with the look will come down to Licata. Licata with just 5 seconds on the clock. And but I just don't want to fall for the Saints right there. And that almost went. Rebound will come down. And it'll be Carrie Smith with a good position on the box out. Carrie Smith will break the timeline, and Carrie Smith able to get it to the arc. She wants to take it down the lane. Will get there and get fouled. And get it! Count it! Smith! Yep. A freshman. You're looking at a freshman. Basket's good. And she set that up from the defensive rebound to bring the ball up to get into the paint and going inside to the creative shot, fading away from the defender. So Raish, 25, coming back in the ballgame for the Saints. Landsberg, number 3 for the Saints. And Giddings at the scores table should be wearing number 12. And the Saints reclaim the lead 22-21 and make it 23-21. So Megan Giddings from Otter Valley High School will come in the basketball game now.
Number 12, Megan Giddings.
Yeah, so we'll have Licata bring the basketball up. And again, Clements now has assumed the duty of the top of the zone with the pressure unless they switch their defense. And it looks like they have gone man now. Giddings is going to go down inside, match up against Waltz, number 24. There's the ball fake. There's the help. Came over late. Ball tipped around. It was off the hand. Blocked from behind. He still muscled the shot up and get it. Oh, one of the Saints had the hand on the ball and just strength to push the shot up and in. 23-all, and Clements with the pass behind Landsberg. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, and Saints will call a timeout. They'll save the possession. Landsberg with the catch. And now I'll tell you the lineup for the roster here for the Saints. As you see Coach Casarino using a 30-second timeout. Yeah, and it's going to be Lori Landsberg, number 3. Linda Clements is 5. Irene Tompkins, 11. And a new number for you to learn. You got Megan Giddings is 12. Vicki Getty, 21. Stephanie Greenaway is 22. Michelle Thompson is 23. She's got a couple three-pointers already. Erica Raish, 25. Carrie Smith, 32. And Tahara Pleasure, 34. Yeah, and again, that was the timeout to save possession right there. Landsberg had made the difficult catch, very athletic catch. Yeah, and then she got to a trap and they called timeout. So, yeah, you got Landsberg, Clements, and Giddings, Tompkins, and Raish. So you got a real, again, they're not used to playing together, these 5, so they're going to have some learning problems or get over the hump chemistry-wise. But I like the fact the coach rolling the dice, 23-all here, and he's going to bring Tahara Pleasure back in the ballgame. They'll go to Tompkins, go outside to Landsberg, back into Tompkins. She'll wheel against Ames, ball fake, and block. I like it, though, as far as attacking. Because a couple of those, hopefully, before the game's over, become fouls. Licata, boy, just really hesitant to shoot. She will loop it down inside, and the pass intended for Basu, number 32, and it goes off from her hands out of bounds.
New York, number 34, Tahara Pleasure.
So Pleasure will come in and replace Clements. So Clements, again, good job off the bench. Is, again, getting back into game condition and game set after that knee injury that kept her out the first half. Giddings to the free throw line, had the ball slapped away, and she'll give it off to Pleasure. And Pleasure, yeah, right now they want to set up a play because it was just kind of a helter-skelter thing out there. Raish, no. Tompkins tipped it, couldn't keep it alive. Bob will come down to Tracy, now she'll go to Licata. 9:27 to go in the first half of play. Ames down the floor, an easy one. Yeah, she ran. She was actually hanging around mid-court like a cherry picker, but she went down the floor and nobody picked her up. And Tahara Pleasure will get it to Raish, the center of the court. She will wait for somebody to cross the timeline and comes off to Giddings. Again, all of a sudden the offense just come to a snail's pace here for the Saints. They're only down 2, but you can see the trying to get familiar with each other process right in front of you. They're learning as they go. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and Giddings wants to take her to the baseline, will fade, and no. Tipped around, Tompkins has it taken away by Basu. Again, Tompkins looks like she's having a little problem with her mobility, and like she said, she set out for a couple plays, held the thigh. Raish got beat down the floor again, and Ames will put it up and in, and now goes to a 27-23 lead. And Tompkins will pull the ball down away. And Saints very fortunate there to get possession back. Pleasure will kick the ball out, and that's going to be Landsberg. Nope, little long, comes down to Giddings. That was blocked. Tompkins will go and get the basketball up and too hard off the glass. Yeah, and a couple bodies just getting up off the floor now. As Waltz was one of them, number 25. Tracy, I'm sorry, is number 25. Waltz is 24. This is Licata. Ames up top with the basketball, and yeah, I thought they were going to screen with her and roll with her, and she just stayed up top. 14 on the shot clock, and that's going to be Ribera. Yes, three-pointer. So Ribera will make it a 7-point lead, so it just has gone on a 7-0 run the Bengals have. Yeah, and Giddings will give it to Raish, and Raish wants to work inside, kicks the ball back to Tompkins, steps to the hole, foul. Yeah, they got her on the arm, and she missed the shot, but she's going to have 2 shots coming up.
Ball whistle on number 32, Janice Basu. Going to the line.
Yeah, and you see Tompkins kind of laboring right now. She's right now 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and they need these points. Like I said, the Bengals have been on a 7-0 run right now, and no. There's Thompson and Getty getting set to come in, and Getty's coming in for the shooter, so Tompkins will come out and Getty will come in after the shot if the opportunity presents itself. And Garrison, number 20, with the 2 fouls back in the basketball game for the Bengals from Fort Kent, Maine, and she'll get 1 or 2 there. And Tompkins will come out now, and like I said, she'd been battling the flu earlier. And so Garrison will go back to the point. And Licata out of the basketball game. First break I remember Licata taking, and they'll run the weave up top with number 25 Tracy, and Tracy being fouled all around the arc, and Ribera, who just made that 3-pointer, they want to lob it down inside to Ames. She's a little bit further out from the hoop than her last shot, and Getty with a nice job of pushing her further out, then got the rebound to Thompson. Thompson will go up, shoot, and no, that was blocked from behind by Ribera. And it's Ribera with the basketball and the lob down to Garrison. Oh, great second look to Basu. She went tough angle, straight up with it, and what a foul called. So they called it on Basu.
Also on number 32, Janice Basu.
And that'll be her first personal, her second personal, I'm sorry, 16 foul, and 7:05 to go in the first half. Saints down 6 on their home court in the Sunrise Conference basketball game. And yeah, it's a conference game, so it is of mega importance here. May Machai is here tomorrow. That's a conference game, and they don't need to get swept on their home court in back-to-back conference games. They already lost ground to the Kangaroos from SUNY Canton in the conference game. Racious pass tip. Garrison will get it, and Garrison off to the races, pulling away from the pack, and yeah. That's one area the Saints have gotten in trouble the last couple games and have taken care of the basketball. Thompson with a couple threes. She's got the ball, and they're looking at that trap now in the backcourt. There's Giddings. Giddings. Yep. She turned almost into the double team, and travel call. Boy, Saints right now having just all kinds of trouble finding their sink. And I wondered about that when all the subs came in, and it was a whole different combination of what they're used to having. They were on a pretty good roll. They were up by several points. And now they're just trying to find themselves again. They've isolated the one side of the floor. They've cleared out. Yeah, boy, they didn't take the shot, but they pushed the ball down inside, and that's not going to happen. Rebound, and are they going to call a foul? They're going to call a jump ball as Getty reached around and tied up Waltz.
Explain to me how she got the ball. She got the ball by leaning over.
Checking in for CSJ, number 20.
I got to tell you, the coach for Fort Kent's kind of getting on my nerves. Not that it matters, but what a whiner. He needs some cheese with all that wine he's got over there. Oh my goodness. You know, just because a player reaches a round, Thompson with another 3. That's 3 threes for Thompson. Doesn't mean you fouled the player because you reached around her. Getty is so much taller, she just bent her arms over the top without making any contact at all and tied the basketball up. Greeno comes around, makes the steal, keeps possession, breaks down the sideline. Greeno takes a little bump from behind, and now she'll cross the timeline. There's the pass off to Raish. Raish catches, fires, no. Getty inside, going to be called for the foul. Yeah, Basu with a good position, and Getty called for the foul.
Also number 21, Vicky Getty.
No shots coming up, but you don't really need Getty getting in foul trouble. You know, it's her first personal, especially with Tompkins quiet on the bench right now. I'm not really sure what's wrong with Irene. Ames will be coming in, and yeah, she's allowed to check in, and she's going to replace 25 Tracy. So a lot of changes. Licata back in here, and Garrison, again, number 20 with the 2 fouls, and trying to survive the last 5:26 of the first half. She has her team up by 5. That's the Fort Kent Bengals, and they play a little inside-outside game. Licata, and no, front rim, nice quickness. Getty to the ball will find Thompson. Thompson, a lot of instant energy off from the, not the bench, usually she's a starter, but when she comes in off the bench, she brings her with her. Pleasure got it. Tahara Pleasure with her second 3. That's 5 threes for the Saints here in the first half, and they're on a run now. And they've closed the gap down to 2 at 32-30 with 5:04 to go in the first half. Timeout. Each time a team has gone on a run, the other opposing team who's been reeling will call the timeout, and they've been able to come out and put together a run. And so we'll see if that trend will continue here. They'll go down to Ames, and she'll turn, and again, she was further out than she wanted to be, but Sue got the rebound, goes into Garrison. She will be long and strong, and that ball will be out of bounds off from Ames of Fort Kent, and the ball belongs to Thompson and the Saints. A couple players within 1,000-point striking distance of their careers here for the Saints this season, Tompkins and Thompson. Thompson started the day off 40 points away from 1,000, and Tompkins was 11. Vicky Getty on the floor, 21, already has hit that plateau last year as a junior. She'll drag the pivot foot, go inside, got sealed off. They'll kick it back out. Pleasure looking for another 3. Ball got it! 3 threes for Pleasure, and 3 threes for Thompson. And that gives the lead back to the Saints after trailing by 7. It's now 33-32, the Fighting Saints. Oh yeah, and they're a team that has the 3-point ability, and they live and die it sometimes. And you've noticed a lot, and it's only logical. The first half is when they really fire their highest percentage before fatigue sets in. And that's going to be a 3-pointer for Licata. She whistles the net clean, 35-33 Fort Kent. Getty with the catch, and she'll find Greeno. So 2-on-2. Now coach can't get him. Coach Casarino keeps asking or urging them to attack when they get that situation when they go right at Ames. Pleasure, no. Long rebound, going to be chased. Greeno with a pushed out of bounds, yeah. Yeah. As Basu will be called for the foul, and I believe that's her 3rd personal.
Also number 32 is Basu.
Yeah, she's hustling going after the loose ball, but it's definitely a foul. I have it as the 7th foul. Yeah, so it's a 1-on-1 coming up for Greeno. She'll be at the line for CSJ. Stephanie Greeno from a graduate of Honor Valley.
Shooting for CSJ, number 22, Stephanie Greeno.
So in a 35-33 ball game, Greeno with the front end of the 1-and-1. That is the 3rd on Basu. And Greeno is right on the money. I don't know if it touched the rim or the net. Just dropped through perfectly. 35-34, and we've had leads as large as 7 both ways, and it's been tied a couple different times. Got the feel of a playoff game, and she can't get that second shot. Oh, see how Getty got inside? She just slid around. Retains possession for the Saints to get a new 30 on the shot clock. And Pleasure, she's feeling it, and nope, not that time. That time she was coming off the screen, and she was on the right-hand side of the court, and she really didn't square up. So it stays at a 1-point deficit, and it's going to be Ames. They'll lob the ball back up top of the arc, and they want to swing it all the way across to Ames. Ames wheels, kicks the pass back out, and that's going to be a 3-pointer. So Rivera with 3 threes as she answers the Saints' barrage of 3-point shots, and Thompson in a trap will able to eke her way out, and now this is going to be Greeno. She's trying a 3-ball, and that was definitely tipped, and it's kept alive by Smith, but unfortunately it comes out of the pack to Fort Kent. Now, nice job of rotating the ball down inside. Foul, and that would have counted. Yeah, if it's Getty, it's 2 fouls on Getty. Yeah, on the arm.
Number 21, Vicky Getty, going to the line, shooting for the Lady Bengals.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 fouls on Getty, and 2 shots coming up for Ames, who's 2 for 2 from the line. And Tompkins getting set to check back in. And Irene will come to the scores table, number 11. And also coming in will be Fuchs, number 12, Sheer Fuchs.
Number 12, Sheer Fuchs. And back in for
And Waltz will sit down and take a breather. Yeah, so they're going to rotate Tompkins and Getty in his first half. See if they go with them like they did at the start of the game. They had them at the same time. I like that alignment a lot better. 40-34, and so after the Saints took the 1-point lead, it's time for the Bengals to go on their run. Thompson turned around. There wasn't a defender near. She's got 4 threes. Thompson. I tell you what, she's got to be below 30 now, away from 1,000 points. That's Fuchs, no good. Front rim, rebound will come down, and this is going to be Smith. The coach telling her to push the basketball. Lobs it to Greeno. She'll go baseline, up, foul. Oh, man. I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul, but they'll call it blocked out of bounds. I guess the elbow and the forearm aren't considered. That's fair game to get hacked on, I guess, when you're taking the shot. Yeah, that's going to be Smith. She can nail him from out there. This time she'll pull the shot down. Twice she'll pull it down. And she wanted to go to Tompkins, just let her too far. So they'll turn the ball over, down 3-2, 12 to go first half action. You're watching CSJ basketball on Channel 15, PEGTV, Munger Vision. Bringing in the contest, Linda Clements will be coming in for the Saints. She'll wear number 5, and she's at the scorer's table. Boy, the cut to the basket, and they opted not to give the ball back, and she was wide open. Ribera, you got to get a body on her perimeter. She's hit a couple threes already. Ames, 15 seconds on the shot clock, and really that was an out-of-sync sequence for Fort Kent. And again, I don't know why Ames ever comes above the free throw line. Up and no. Rebound. It's all green on that side. It's taken out there by number 25, Tracy. She'll now go to Licata, and Licata. She'll rotate from the 1 to the 2 guard, as we've seen in this first half. Now that Garrison's out of the basketball game, they will put Licata back at the point, and that's going to be a long rebound. Hard off Dyer, and he'll come down and be controlled by Pleasure. Up ahead to Smith. Numbers weren't there. She'll bomb away from the outside, and that's the only problem when you get cold from the outside on a break and nobody's gotten down to get in position and rebound. It's a 1-and-out sequence. Ames, again, catches it and kicks it, and there's a duck underneath. There's a nice look, and Rivera will get it. That was a beautiful play. Saints look a little tired right now. I don't know why, to tell you the truth. 42-37, 1 minute even to go in the first half. 22 seconds to go on the shot clock. And that's what happens, though. If you get tired, those legs go, and those three-point shots don't drop as, like that one hit nothing but air. And it's another 1-and-out. So they can easily give up a run here by not converting. And they're going to bring Megan Giddings in, number 12, along with Lori Landsberg, number 3 for the Saints. But I started to say, those shots, when those shooters' legs go from them, that's where you're generating all your, get it up on the shot. And down to 11 on the shot clock. Fuchs open, and whoa, what a roll for Fuchs. Three-pointer for Fuchs, and it's up to 8 now, the lead is. And Greeno will get it over to Smith, and again, they're playing at half speed right now. Smith will go in and get a block out of bounds. Ames with the block. But I like the fact that they attacked her, because eventually that's going to become a foul. Not that was, but you keep attacking them. So Thompson's, Greeno, and Smith will come out of the basketball game for the Saints, and they'll have shot clock off, just 10 seconds to go. So they'll come into Clements, and she'll pivot. 8 on the game, 8 on the clock. That's Tahara Pleasure. Got it! Pleasure! And Thompson lighting it up from the outside, and that's really kept them in the ball game here late. And it's going to be a 45-40 Fort Kent lead going into the half against the Saints on Munger Vision on PEGTV, Channel 15. Bengals basketball is starting off the second half of play. And we'll see what adjustments have been made. And again, I just ponder out loud. Not really. It's irrelevant what I think, but I just wondered why the Saints, if they would, extend some of the defense, even if just for a couple series into the backcourt, because Fort Kent, to me, just hasn't really impressed me with having a tremendous, they have good ball handlers, but outstanding ball handlers. See what some pressure will do and disrupt their offense. Right now, they're just coming up, wide open to midcourt, and then they're being able to push the ball down inside. And I mean, you look at the score, 45-40. This is on pace to be a 90-80 ball game. Neither team really lightening up defensively. And Tompkins back in the ball game will chase down that missed shot. And Tompkins, really the key to the Saints here. She's got to get healthy, and that's going to be off the mark, and that'll be slapped out of bounds. Saints, I believe, as a team, had 9 3-pointers in the first half of play, led by Tahara Pleasure and Michelle Thompson. Must be Garrison with the 2 fouls coming down the court. 2 fouls are relevant right now. She made it through the first half, into the second half with just the 2 fouls. It became very relevant in their opening 10 minutes when she picked up 2 fouls, and it's going to be Licata. And the ball grabbed by Ames. They want to kick it back down inside, and going to have a foul called. It's on Tompkins. Yep. They got it down to Jeffers. Jeffers will be at the free throw line taking 2 shots. Yeah, Big Joe with the call. There it is.
Ball also number 11, Irene Tompkins.
It's 2 fouls on Tompkins, so. So Jeffers, looking for the first points of the second half, will get it. 46-40, Fort Kent Maine Bengals with the lead. I'm getting out the gym, filling in pretty nice here, but if you come to the game and tell them you watch CSJ basketball on PEGTV, you can get them for half price, so that's a good deal. They'll get it to Getty. Getty will back it out and wait for Pleasure. And yeah, I'm sure Fort Kent addressed the outside shot, which the Saints lived by. And they're going to probably extend the defense out, which means that could open up some of the lane here for either dribble penetration against Ames, so you can pick up some fouls, or actually just one-on-one matchups like that right there with Tompkins and get a push from behind. Jeffers will be called for the foul. And Big Joe with the call.
Number 52, Arcilla Jeffers.
And Thompson will take the ball out of bounds on the baseline. Shot clock reset to 30 on the foul call. And they look for Tompkins. And Getty open. And, oh, she had everything she wanted except the basket. Here comes Garrison down the court. Saints in good transitional defense this time back there. Cut off any layup attempt or easy bucket attempt. 18:28 to go in the basketball game. 7-point lead for Fort Kent. And they're going to dump it down inside. Getty. Boy, that was a great job of not doing too much defensively. She did what she had to do by forcing Ames further out from the basket from where she wanted to take the shot, and then she didn't go after the shot and get the foul called against her. Oh, another to her, a Pleasure. I have her for 5 unofficially, 5 3-pointers, and she is just unconscious out there from the arc. It's 47-43, and you would think coming out after the break, being rested, that if they're going to light it up from the 3-point line, it'll happen early in the second half. That ball was tipped out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Bengals, and on the shot clock, 16 seconds remain. They're going to have Fuchs take the ball out of bounds, number 12. And Sheer Fuchs will go over, and there's the lob, and boy, Raish, oh, what a late whistle. What a late whistle.
Ball whistle now, number 25, Erica Raish.
No home cooking, and that ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be Fuchs taking the ball out of bounds. And see what Getty's doing? Yeah, she's just trying everything she can do to try to deny. Yeah, they took and brought the clear out. They brought Ames. They brought Ames across and filled in behind her with Jeffers, and the defense followed Ames, and Jeffers just missed the bunny, but Ames with the offensive rebound and the putback. Pleasure with the drive. She'll dish it off, and that's going to be the catch and a shot by Raish. It'll rim out on her. There's Tompkins fouled. Oh, yeah. Tompkins got the offensive rebound, got fouled, going to the line to shoot 2. Jeffers will pick up the foul.
Number 52, Arcilla Jeffers, going to the line.
That's what Tompkins looking to have a big second half.
11, Irene Tompkins.
And Tompkins will be up and got it. She has been 50% today from the free throw line, looking to make a change in that stat right here. So 49-44. And Fort Kent's lead is going to be trimmed down to 49-46. 49-45, excuse me. I'm from my high school math coming into effect there. So Garrison picked up by Pleasure, and they'll give the ball to Ames, and that's going to be off from the hands of Licata out of bounds. And again, you'll see the pressure now by Fort Kent in the backcourt. It's been a 50-50 shot here. Saints have had some good runs down the floor and breaking it. And they'll get it up to Tompkins. Great catch by Tompkins. She'll sit on the arc, and she'll wait for Getty on the trail. Now Pleasure with the touch, 18 on the shot clock. Pleasure with the crossover, works off the screen. There's a nice switch off defensively, and that's going to be up and over the top of the outstretched arms of Ames, and here comes Fuchs, and she'll take it, to the hole, kick it back. This is a 2-point shot, and it'll be short. Front rimmed, and it'll be picked up by Licata. The rebound came out beyond the free throw line. Pleasure will just stand her ground. There's a catch, and ball free. What a job of pushing the ball forward to Thompson, and she's going to be fouled. Oh my goodness, no. Then she was out of bounds when she touched it. We have a player down behind the play, hurt. And he's crying over the fact they called a time because there's an injured player. I got to tell you, lessons to be learned about how not to act in public. And I didn't see what happened to Pleasure, but we were able to get up and walk off the court. But I think that was great news. But the best line was Tompkins went up to her and said, "Do you need an Oscar for that performance?" So there is always humor. That's why I like being behind the bench here. We can hear all this good stuff. That's going to be, they're looking for getting a pass that's just behind her. If they're going to get breakers, Fort Kent will throw the ball away. It wasn't tipped. It'll be St. J's basketball, or CSJ's basketball, the Saints. So Thompson and the crew down here by 4. Each team with 2 team fouls apiece. We're in the second half of action with 16:25 to go in the basketball game. Getty goes down inside. They want to post up. Here's the wheel. The ball. Tompkins, they need her to be healthy. Yeah, and she'll get that shot to drop. 49-47, and the Saints trying to get together their own run to counter the run that Fort Kent has put together at the start of this second half. Boy, what a clear out, no call. And then the follow-up on the rebound, taken out there by Tompkins. She is tackled. No, did Joe finally call a foul? No, it's going to be out from Tompkins, out of bounds. It's funny what they'll call, how physical they'll let it get, and then these little touched fouls they will call on. Okay, so they just check with the shot clock. And yeah, I don't understand why it got reset either, but because there was no possession, that's travel. And Garrison called for the travel. So it's going to be Raish, and Jeffers came out to defend, and that's going to be the trap, and Thompson dribbled right to the sideline in it, and she's in a lot of trouble. And I believe she called timeout. Yeah. Yeah, they got to get the ball back to the middle of the floor against that trap. The last thing they want to do is hang out on the sideline, and they'll call timeout in a 49-47 basketball game. And you can take a look. We'll just do a game reset. We're in the second half of action. Fort Kent of Maine. In the conference game, Sunrise Conference basketball game, taking on CSJ here at CSJ's Athletic Complex. Beautiful place to come watch a basketball game, men or women, or come for the doubleheader and catch them both. A 2-point ball game, and nobody in any serious foul trouble. There's a lot of people with a couple fouls, but that's about it. That was a CSJ timeout, and it was mostly taken to keep possession of the basketball and talk about, probably just refresh your memories what to do on that trap back there. Thompson and squad will have 23 seconds on the shot clock. Greeno in the basketball game will get it to Raish, 25. Raish with Fuchs on her, number 12. And she killed the dribble and waits for Greeno to come back. And tell you what, boy, oh boy. They called that on, there it is right there, on Getty. That now becomes foul trouble. That's her third personal foul.
For CSJ from Greenwich, New York, number 32, Carrie Smith.
And Carrie Smith will come in the ball game, and now CSJ will go with some pressure in the backcourt. And let's see how this works out, because you got to figure with the height advantage they have that the Fort Kent squad can go to the middle of the floor to their big person Ames. Well, if they need to right now, CSJ played defense with their hands there, they never moved their feet. And that's a 3-ball from Fuchs, and it'll be touched out of bounds, and it'll become CSJ basketball. Yeah, not the type of possession they were looking for. Fort Kent there, very impatient trip down the floor. Actually, if I had that front court at Fort Kent, I know I'd be pumping the basketball down inside all game until they could stop me. Again, they got on the sideline with the trap. They're able to squirt the ball out to Tompkins to go back to Greeno. Now Smith. Smith wants to wheel, and she'll get sealed off at the free throw line. Kick the ball back out to Greeno, to Thompson, and that's going to be a 3-ball by Tompkins, and she'll net it. Oh yeah, she needed 11 for 1,000 points. She's got to be awful close to that right now. 50-49. Saints will come all the way back and take the lead. I tell you, this has been just like a playoff game. There you go. Ames, she'll kick it back out. Licata, got it! Oh, a little inside-outside game, and Licata now with a couple threes in the basketball game. That'll be Smith, and she'll bring it all the way back to Tompkins, to Greeno, and getting where she was on the court. Yeah, and Greeno gave up on the ball. I'm not really sure what happened. That the ref will call a timeout, and I'm not sure what really happened to Stephanie. And yeah, she's going to say she's okay, and got bumped in the head, and that was unique. She's staying in the game. She's rubbing her head, and they stop the clock. Okay, so Clements is coming in for Getty. And what they're doing that for is the 3 fouls, yeah. And they're going to counter that for Kentwell with Amanda Tracy coming in. 25 is Tracy. She'll take Ames' spot. And I think we're finally all set. And Clement went to set the screen and they threw the pass to her and she didn't know it. And boy, what steps. They'll miss the shot and Clements will keep the ball alive, throw over the top and get it to Greeno. Greeno will put it on the floor and Tompkins, great catch, stayed in bounds. Great catch and stayed in bounds. That's to Clements and no. Rebound will come in, it'll be Jeffers. They took the ball away literally from Smith and they'll get it up ahead. Yes. So Ribera, who was hot from the outside in the first half, will take that one inside and get the layup. They'll hand the ball off to Greeno and she's going to go all the way in and get it the other way. 54-52 to lead down to 2. Fort Kent with the ball and the lead. And again, this is just the first game today from CSJ. I'll have the men's game between Fort Kent and CSJ at a later date on Channel 15. And I'll tell you what, easy access by Jeffers down inside. She made that look too easy. They got the ball down low and she just wheeled to the hole and got it. And Carrie Smith to Greeno. And Greeno's going to go back up and get the same result. Everything defensively on the outside right now. They're able to funnel it in and create an odd man rush down the court and take advantage of it. 56-54, Fort Kent with the lead. Now they'll post up Tracy. You can see the Greeno out there on Licata, and there's Jeffers. Thompson, yeah, great job. Great offensive foul right there. They had the matchup, and what Thompson did was just stand there straight up and let her lean into her, and there are subs coming in. 12 will be Megan Giddings coming in for Thompson, and Lori Landsberg coming in for Smith. So again, it's an awkward lineup out there for CSJ. People have really haven't played a lot of minutes and played a lot together on the floor. They're down by 2 right now, CSJ, and we'll see how they weather. I mean, they got to grow up, but this is on-the-job training, and they'll cross the timeline with a couple of block passes. Clements will duck underneath, get it to Megan Giddings. She'll go to the hole, and no, she gets her own rebound. Oh, she'll turn, and no. Tompkins up. Tompkins will get it. Well, no, that had to be a foul. No, timeout. The Saints have tied it up at 56. And with that, oh, I banned a new player's technical foul. There we go. Finally. He could have had 3 of them before the game, the first half. That's the assistant coach. That's not the head coach, and he has been belligerently mouthy the whole ball game. And I don't blame Joe. Actually, Joe had a lot more patience than I would have. And then I love this part. But they all do this. They lobby afterwards. And Joe wants Gordon. Joe will straighten him out. Yeah. And I tell you, I can hear everything said on the sideline. I don't know how you can argue it. He must sell cars for a living or something, or shoe salesman, but that was, believe me, you couldn't hear everything he was saying that led up to that, but Joe could have done it 25 minutes ago. Yeah, so we'll see who takes the shot. Joe right now gets, he's on the bridge getting play of the game with that, so. So Thompson will go to the line. There we go. So Thompson's going to the line and shoot the technical foul.
New Hampshire, number 23, Michelle Thompson.
And again, I believe strongly in being able to ask questions about a call. I have an opinion that it's not a good call or a bad call, but when you put on your Don Rickles act and you just start insulting the officials, even for my standard, it's kind of bad. No, Thompson. Yeah, those are 2 big misses. It's a tight ball game. 12:39 to go, and it'll be CSJ. No, it's going to be green ball. Okay, so it'll be taken out by Fuchs, number 12. Nothing like a technical to get me going. Well, the best part is I can hear everything over here. It's not like we're at Mill River where I'm on the bleachers far away, and I can't really hear what led up to anything. That'll be Ribera guarded by Landsberg. We're tied at 56 in the second half of action. Fort Kent, Maine in the green uniforms, and CSJ will have foul on Giddings. Yeah. She's playing defense from behind, and she got the hold call, and no shots coming up yet. Nobody in a bonus situation. And Fuchs will take the ball out, number 12. It's going to be Giddings' first foul. And they're going to bring Garrison, number 20, back in the contest. So Garrison will take Fuchs' spot on the floor, and they're going to push Ribera out of bounds with the ball. She'll bring it into play. Yep. Yeah, you see the foul called.
Number 25, Amanda Tracy.
That brings a head shake from the assistant coach. He's been teed up because now if he gets another one, he'll have to leave the game. So Saints working the ball up the floor against the press. We'll get it to Greeno, and Greeno across the timeline, and she just tries to dribble through Ribera, and boy, there's the trap, and boy, you got to get off the sideline. Got a foul called. They got bailed out right there. Got a hold called. Yeah, on the hold.
Whistled number 32, Janice.
And now it should be the 1-1.
This
is seventh?
Rivera.
No, that's the sixth foul now, so the board will pass 6 up there. And yeah, they're looking, and they'll go off to Greeno. Greeno. Yeah, she'll bring it out to an open space in the middle of the floor, and it's going to be Lori Landsberg with the basketball. And that pass is tipped. They'll still get the Giddings, and there's 20 on the shot clock, plenty of time here. But again, Coach, I can only assume he's trying to get minutes for his players on the bench, and as long as he can stay close or tied, that's going to be saved by Thompson. They'll be out of bounds. And Ames comes back in the ballgame, number 50 now for Fort Kent. And they'll bring Getty up off the bench. Getty will check in for CSJ.
Also checking back in for the Fighting.
Yeah, and Lori Landsberg will come out of the basketball game. So Thompson will come down, pressure the inbounds pass. They'll get it to Garrison, and again, this is Clements, number 5 there defensively. And that will bring Tahara Pleasure. She'll come into the basketball game for CSJ. She gets set at the scores table and will be out of bounds. Last touch by Greeno, who made the attempt to make the steal. And you see Ribera. And she's had quite good success from the outside, Ribera has. There she is, left alone on the arc. Got it! Another 3 for Ribera. That'll break the tie, and then Greeno will put it on the floor, and Thompson will make the catch, spin away from the pressure. She'll do a little jump hop there. That's kind of unique, and she'll have the pass tip, gets it back to Greeno. She'll try a 3-ball, go off the front of the rim and no good. A 1 and out is Licata got the rebounds to Garrison. Garrison to Ribera, and they want to push the ball down the floor. And nice job. It got tipped out of bounds by, I believe, Greeno or Getty. They were both there. And now Tahara Pleasure will check back in the basketball game.
For CSJ from Albany, New York, number 34, Tahara Pleasure.
Okay, they check on something at the scorer's table, and they're set here. The officials will hand the ball in, and Ames will make the grab, and there's 22 on the shot clock. And as you can see, Tracy came out to meet the basketball. Yeah, they've extended the defense. That opens up that pass lane down inside, and Getty with the 3 fouls kept their space, and that's going to be tipped off of the hands of Ames. Comes into Linda Clements' hands, and Clements, with a few zigzags, got the pass over to Thompson, had it knocked up in the air, and she's able to catch it. And Thompson off the dribble will stop, and got it! 59-58, Fort Kent by 1 with 10:45 to go in the second half of basketball here. And that time they just brought the ball up without any pressure. And they're trying to slide that zone. They're trying to take away the middle of the paint right now. And Garrison with the catch. This is a 3-pointer. No. Ames steps inside. Yes. You know, I just don't know how they would ever really stop her if she was the main focus of their offense. And Clements realizes she had the court open and will hand the ball off to Pleasure. Yeah, 61-58. Saints down by 3. Thompson calls out the offense. There's the catch. Pleasure, Clements, and now they're going to bring Tompkins back in the basketball game, along with Raish. Shot clock expired. It was an exhibition in passing, but they had no end result.
Back in for the Bengals.
I mean, it's great to pass the ball around, but at some point, somebody's got to take the shot.
And number 11, Irene Tompkins.
So it's the starting 5 on the floor now for the Saints, the original starting 5, and they've gotten a lot of rest on the bench with the rotation the coach has used. He's kept the game close using it. He's only down 3, and Garrison with the ball. They get it down to Ames, up, and left it on the front of the rim. Getty will get the rebound, and we'll have a foul called on, unfortunately, I think it's the ladies on the floor. It's on Getty. I got to tell you, I can't believe that. So on the rebounding action, she'll pick up her 4th foul, and on the floor, injured is number 24, Tara Waltz. And hopefully she'll be okay. Assisted to the bench by trainer Mike Dorian, and Don't know, it could be a broken nose or a concussion or both, but she's very woozy, and I don't think we'll see her again in this ball game. That'll be a three-point shot, 1 and out. And Getty on the sideline with the 4 fouls, and Thompson pushed the ball ahead to Pleasure. Tara Pleasure with the ball, and she sees the lane open up, kicks the pass out, and that's going to be Rage. Had trouble getting a handle on the ball, and it's going to be picked up by Tompkins. Shot clock got recycled because of change of possession, and that's a break for the Saints. Remember, they didn't hit the rim on the shot. Smith will put it up, and no. Tompkins, oh, she'll give it back to Thompson, and no. Boy, Tompkins, I thought, was in a good position to just go back up with a shot, and Tompkins will get called for the foul as she ends up on the floor. And that will be the 3rd on Tompkins. So 4 on Getty, 3 on Tompkins, 6 on each team. Yeah, and now we'll have Licata bring the basketball down. There she is, I got ahead of the play. That's Licata being picked up by Raish. 8:55 to go in the basketball game. A 3-point lead for Fort Kent. Boy, the baseline got it. No, it's it just teased us on the rim, wouldn't drop. Here comes Pleasure. Tahara Pleasure will. Remember, she had that long break after the apparent injury on the sidelines. She should have some fresh legs out there. Saints right now with everything up high. They're not cycling there. They'll cycle the ball down to Tompkins. There's Smith with the catch, the penetration, the foul, and almost got the shot to go. And she's got shots coming because that's the 7th foul, but I believe she got fouled in the act of shooting, so could be the 1-on-1 or the 2 shots here. 2, okay, so I don't know if it was called on the floor, but it's going to be called in the act of shooting. There'll be 2 shots coming up now for Carrie Smith. They need these because even though they're only down 3, their offense has been struggling, and they've been off from the free throw line today, too.
Now for the Bengals, number 12, Sheer Fuchs, and number 25, Amanda Tracy.
So Tracy, 25, and Fuchs, 12, come into the basketball game for the Fort Kent squad. And don't forget, we'll have the White Birch Realty Player of the Game at the conclusion of the contest, win or lose. And that's going to be a turnover. And right here, the Saints didn't take advantage of the free throws, but they certainly got to take advantage of the turnovers here. And with 8:26 to go, there's a lot of time left. But like I said, they've kind of just struggled to stay even here. They really haven't had a real rhythmic offense like that. I mean, just everything out of sync right now, and they'll kick it out and throw the ball away. Yeah, nobody will pick up now. Saints had some defensive pressure in the backcourt early in the second half, but they've elected to pull back and set up in a man-to-man at midcourt. Garrison to Fuchs, will come off to Tracy. That's Garrison. She needs some, yeah, great job. She drew the defense to her, and that paint started to collapse down on the drive, and that left Ames open just to step in. And Smith will loop the pass over to Tompkins, and she'll go long distance now to Thompson. She'll make the catch. And she'll go baseline, saved by Raish, gets it back to Smith. Pretty nifty moves, but they're not really getting high quality shots, and that'll be way off the mark. And what a job by Tracy of not getting called for the foul, but literally just backing out Raish. 63-58, Ames with the catch, the turn, and no. Rebound out from the hands of Tracy, and Raish will go to the corner hands, out of bounds, off from Tracy, 25. Both players sliding to the floor. And last touch by Fort Kent. Yeah, and again, CSJ has been flat offensively here for several minutes. Again, if you live by the 3, sometimes when the 3 stops going in, you die by the 3. Raish, nope, and 1 and out. Again, nobody in position, and that's going to be Tracy with the rebound. And this was brought down by Licata at 7:10 to go in the basketball game. Licata. They're going to bring Clements in the basketball game, number 5 for the Saints. There's the screen set. They brushed off the inside. They'll swing it off to the elbow, and that's going to be long and strong. And again, nice job by Tompkins getting it to Raish. Raish, defender out on her, and she'll push it down inside, and Smith will turn, fire, no good, rebound, Pleasure, got a hand on it, and got a foul called on Raish, I think. 25, yep. So it's the 7th foul. Each team with 17 fouls apiece. Greeno's going to be coming in the basketball game for CSJ along with Clements, and they're allowed to come in now.
For CSJ, number 5, Linda Clements, number 22, Stephanie Greeno.
And 32 coming in is Basu. So Basu 32 in for Fort Kent, and at the line for
going to the line,
Fort Kent will be Fuchs.
For Fort Kent is number 12, Sheer Fuchs.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is you start counting all the missed free throws now by CSJ, and I'm finding those 1-and-1s. And that'll be a miss there. And the rebound will come down to Tracy, and they'll have another possession to work with here. And that's going to be caught up top, and they'll bring it back to Tracy on the elbow, and she'll give the ball off to Fuchs. Fuchs didn't want to go to Basu down in the corner, and she'll just recycle the offense. Plenty of time, 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. Fuchs wants to take Tompkins in. Tompkins got a piece of it twice, and Basu had it. Greeno tied her up. Jump ball called. Yeah, and with a 63-58 score, I would say seriously they need points off this possession, even though there's 6:46 to go. But they need possession. They'll bring it to Pleasure, and Pleasure lets the trap not engulf her before she passes over the top to Tompkins. Back to Pleasure. And they're doing all this without Ames in the basketball game. There's 6-footer. Thompson wants to post up, goes inside, and got the foul. Not just matter if it's on the floor for shots. 2 shots, they say, and Thompson's the line, who missed her last 2 free throw attempts, in a position now where she's got to start cashing in on these.
For the line, shooting a 1-and-1 for CSJ number 23, Michelle Thompson, or 2 shots.
2 shots, and she will miss her 3rd free throw in a row. And that will bring Raish up off the bench. No, not to the scores table. She's looking for a shirt to put on. Finally, she'll get that one. I know that's a relief to her, but 69-53 in a tight ball game. Not just Thompson, but you start going back to the other missed free throws. And Thompson, usually one of the better free throw shooters on the team. Fuchs comes out with the catch, and Licata all the way in. Nobody rotated defensively, and she just had to paint, took it. Yeah, and they've had a problem communicating defensively, even though both teams have kept the scoring down. Remember, it's 45-40 at the half, and it's only 65-59 right now. Thompson, got it. 2-pointer for Thompson, and that's really just points is all they need right now. 65-61. And you saw what happened earlier in the game when they started missing all those threes. It was a 1-and-out sequence, so yeah, they need points. And they built that little triangle offensively, and they'll come back to Fuchs, and Fuchs works off the screen, and Greeno's going to get her from behind. Yeah. Yeah, so Greeno will pick up the foul, and that's the 1-and-1, and they'll send Fuchs to the line, and coming in will be Jeffers, 52.
52, Arcilla Jeffers. Shooting a 1-and-1 for Fort Kent is number 12.
Yeah, now stop the clock with 5:32 to go in the contest. 4-point lead for Fort Kent. They're at the line. And they're good. Yeah, one area, I mean, you look at the advantage definitely in the book would be free throws made by Fort Kent. And she'll get them both. 67-61. Greeno with the grab will go back to Pleasure, and she'll go to Clements. Clements to Greeno, and boy, right back on that sideline, and they'll throw it back to the center of the court. And Pleasure to Clements. Tompkins. Thompson for a 3-ball will set her feet and miss, and it'll be picked up, and no recycling in the shot clock, and that's going to be tipped, and last touch, recovered by Thompson. 10 on the shot clock. They'll go down to Tompkins. Up, and that was blocked. Up, and that was blocked. Jump ball. Oh, Tompkins hard to the floor, will be helped up by Basu. And yep, gotta tell you, that's great interior defense. They did allow the ball to go down in deep, but they've got the height to make up for it. You can see by the blocks. That's where the ball fake. You hear coaches talk all the time about something as simple as the ball fake. And if the ball fake's there, if you ball fake, you might get one of those defenders in the air. On the wing to Basu, and she'll come back to Fuchs. That's Greeno on Fuchs, number 12. Up and got it. 3-pointer. Yeah, they're on a run. So it's a 9-point lead. It's 70-61, and the Saints looking very flat right now. And Greeno will get the ball to Thompson. A lot of time to correct that, but they've got to find some motion on that offense. It's a very flat offense right now, and that's going to be a foul. Line to the line will go Pleasure. Again, that was making a lot out of nothing right there, as she pretty much took it upon herself to create something offensively, and that's what Pleasure did. And
CSJ number 34, Takara Pleasure.
And Getty at the scores table for CSJ. She'll be checking in on the second shot. And it becomes 70-62, and Getty will replace Clements. And Garrison, 20 coming in for Licata for Fort Kent.
In for CSJ, number 21, Vicky Getty.
And so Pleasure looking to go 2 for 2 from the line, and again the clock stopped at 4:30. She will get it. Pleasure shot the ball extremely well the whole basketball game today.
Our Pleasure.
And yep, they drew the defense to him and missed the bunny. Oh, they did everything but get the basket. This is Getty on the turn. She'll turn around and get the basketball, and she'll throw over the top to Greeno. So they avoid disaster. And Greeno had the ball tipped out of her hands right to Thompson, and Thompson will go up, and I don't know if it was short or if she just came up with a block there, but we go the other way with Fuchs, and Fuchs is going to go into Pleasure, and blocked by Pleasure, and it looked like it went off from Fuchs out of bounds. It did. Pleasure with the play right there defensively makes the big play, and Ames will be coming back in the basketball game now for Fort Kent.
Lady Bengals, number 50, Ashley Ames.
That's so Pleasure urging her team to get things going here, and emotionally they want them to pick it up. Again, 3:58 to go, and you see the pressure in the backcourt, and Getty, baseline up, no good. Ball will be controlled by Basu when she wants to outlet the basketball to Garrison, and got a timeout by Fort Kent. 3:46 to go, Saints down 7 to Fort Kent of Maine. Timeout, and CSJ needing some defensive stops now, some takeaways. They're going to apply some pressure deeper in the backcourt. Greeno will get the steal, make the pass to Thompson. She will go up, and there you go. They put some pressure in the backcourt and create the turnover. 70-65, 3:36 to go in regulation. This is Garrison, gets it into the front court with the crossover. Will find the ball all the way back to Ribera, and Garrison and Ribera will play toss and catch. Now they get Fuchs involved, and they'll come to Basu. And they spread the floor, and again, they have the lead, and they have the shot clock, don't forget, so they can only do this for a certain amount of time, but they have the lead, so they have the luxury. Spreading the floor, tried to go inside, picked up by the Saints. Again, a little bit too casual offensively. Pleasure with the catch, and passed up the 3 ball will go to Getty. Getty being guarded by Ames, looks for the cut. Thompson asked for the ball, didn't get it. They came back to Pleasure, and she will miss it out of bounds. And she had 5 in the first half, and usually those jump shots late in the game, and when your legs are getting tired, they don't flow as easy off the hand, so the missed opportunity off the steal, and we'll have Fuchs bring the ball down. She'll cross the logo at midcourt. Garrison came up on the edge, Greeno on her, and didn't really have a chance to give him the basketball. Ribera to Ames. That's the matchup you'd want to go to. She's playing with her back to the basket, not looking for the shot, and now she will get it, turn, and hook. No good. Tompkins will get the rebound, and she is going to be keeping the ball alive, and we got a timeout called. As Tompkins able to get in there and get the rebound, but had nowhere to outlet the basketball, and that'll stop the clock. 2:33 to go, and Saints with possession, down 5. Ball in the play. She'll have Pleasure in the backcourt, and again that familiar look defensively, and Basu, and it's going to be off from Basu's hands, that's Jeffers' hands, out of bounds. So she came all the way up to make the touch, and shot clock down to 24. Saints down 5, and again, they don't need 3s. They need just points. And with the shot clock, it's not quite as critical as in high school, because you know you're going to get opportunity to get possession back. Thompson trying to work off the screen by Tompkins, never really happened. They'll lob the ball down inside, the ball will be on the floor and be taken over by Fort Kent. And again, just stagnant offense on this side. And a good defensive stand also by Fort Kent. I mean, that was not shabby defense at all. Ribera with Pleasure on her. 1:59 to go in the basketball game. There's the cut. Fuchs up, ball. Thompson will pick up the foul. And Fuchs has shot free throws very well here for Fort Kent.
Ball to number 23, Michelle Thompson.
And they check, and it's still the 1-on-1. Yeah, and it's going to be.
Fort Kent is number 12, Sheer Fuchs.
So Fuchs. Looking to extend the lead. Well, I think she's 4 from her last 4 from the line, but she's making them when it counts right here at the end. 71-65. Fort Kent Bengals. And Licata getting set to check in. Licata 10 will come in the basketball game for Ribera for Fort Kent. Yeah, so Tompkins asked for somebody else in the backcourt to help her. And they'll get it to Greeno. You see Pleasure with the basketball, and she'll get it to Thompson. Thompson. Greeno got Ames in the air, and then nice help defensively by Fuchs, and then saved by Thompson with the ball on that sideline. And Tara Pleasure wants to work the ball down in the corner, and Thompson again had the 6'5" player coming at her, and that's going to be off the mark, and it was all they really could do. And Getty will get the rebound. What a job by Getty getting in there and get the rebound. Thompson this time a lot of time to set fire and get it. Timeout called with 1:21 to go. Lead down to 4. 72-68 Saints down, but they'll be on the defense here, and they're going to try to set up some kind of inbounds pressure. As we're going to take the pressure off the ball coming in bounds, we're going to add the extra defender, and they get the ball to Licata. She's on the sideline, and boy, they get it to Jeffers, to Garrison, to Ames. They'll dump it down inside, open for the bunny, got it. Yeah, they had the trap. Just late getting there, and Pleasure should just take dribble the ball down the floor because that clock's running, and it's multiple possessions right now. It's 74-68. It's Greeno with a few pump fakes. Thompson will light it up, and no. And we're going to push on Tompkins, I believe, from behind. Yeah, it's going to be Tompkins picking up the foul. And 2 shots. That's 10th foul on the team. I'm not sure who's taking the shots here. Yeah, so they'll bring down Jeffers. Yeah, so 55 seconds to go. A 6-point ball game. Jeffers will be at the line, and they'll leave Ames back in a defensive posture in the Saints' offensive end for Fort Kent. And that's good. There's a lot of things you could point to for difference makers in this basketball game, but just the difference in missed and made free throws between the two teams. I mean, it's only a 75-68 game. It's only a 7-point lead, but the Saints have had to miss that many free throws. And Carrie Smith will be coming in, number 32, after the second shot was made. Smith will come in for Greeno.
Number 32, Carrie Smith.
Dotton Tompkins brings the ball into Pleasure. This thing far from over. It's just they need points right now. It's an 8-point lead. First things first, they got to generate a shot. Thompson thought about the three. Will go right past and jump ball. And I think it's going to be Saints basketball. They'll have it on the baseline. Boy, you could lose her quick down there behind Ames. And Tompkins trying to get open. They'll be off from Jeffers. Hands out of bounds, stays with the Saints. Shot clock down to 20 seconds. Game clock down to 44. Yeah, and that's going to be the catch by Pleasure. And right now, just a defense reacting. Oh, and the last thing you want to do, yeah, it's going to be on Licata. And now send Thompson to the line, and she has struggled from the line today. I believe she's 1 for 5 today from the line, and Thompson with 41 seconds to go. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Licata. Each team in the double bonus, and there she goes. Trevor, find your stroke. So it better be now.
Ashley, don't let her get a first step in there.
And Greeno getting set to check in for CSJ.
Checking back in
For Carrie Smith. Okay. So Smith will sit down. Greeno will come in, and Thompson gets them both.
Thompson hands them both.
And Greeno almost had to steal. And again, nice job breaking the press. Yep. Yep. They have to come out and foul, and there it is. Yeah. To stop the clock with 32 seconds to go. 76-70. And yeah, they're going to bring Smith in for Greeno.
Pleasure. Going to the line, shooting the double bonus for Fort Kent is number 10.
First foul on Pleasure. And he'll go, and again, making the free throws, big time in the game, and I think there's a timeout call. Yeah, we're going to have a timeout called by CSJ with just 32 seconds to go in regulation. 77-70, Fort Kent with the lead. So after kind of eavesdropping on the scores table, there's no timeouts left for CSJ, and that shall make it an 8-point game. And now they need to get some urgency going here and get the ball down the floor. Thompson with the catch, the 3-ball up, and got it. 26 seconds, and it'll go up. Ball will go out of bounds. Was tipped by CSJ. And just a few seconds ran off the clock, so it's at 78-73. Fort Kent with the lead. They've got the ball, and they're trying to get it in bounds, and they got a foul, and there it is. Pleasure will pick up her second personal foul, and 2 shots coming the other way for Fort Kent. We'll make it official, yep, with the call right there. And
number 34.
I think it's going to be Ribera going to the line, and it will be Ribera.
Double bonus for Fort Kent is number 42, Leah Ribera.
So Ribera, that's still, right now it's a multiple possession game. It's a 5-point lead. And yeah, rare miss from the free throw line for Fort Kent. They bring Fuchs down on the line, number 12, along with Jeffers, 52, and then it's Tompkins and Getty down there for CSJ. Got it. And that shot not as relevant because it's still a 2-possession game at 6 points, and they're making her burn time up with the press. They'll get it to Tompkins. She'll make the catch and looks for the open. It's Getty. She'll put it up, and no. And that will be tipped out of bounds. It stays with CSJ with 13 seconds to go in the basketball game. And Kerry Smith will go on the baseline, and CSJ trying to get their box organized out there, and they do. They run the box playing Tompkins to Pleasure. They don't have a lot of time to set it up here, and they're going to drive inside, and boy, down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and she will not make it. And Fort Kent's going to come to CSJ and get the win. Yep, they'll win the ball game. 73 for Saints, 79 for Fort Kent.
79.